Morehu, tēnei mātou ngā tamariki o Dave and Mataara Karena rawa ko Mataara Tuhono Karena. Ko rau ko tō mātou o mātou mātua ko Dave and Mataara ko ia te upoko tawhito o te takitā mana koia. Ko Mataara Tuhono tana hua wahine ko ia anō hoki he me makoa. Ko ahau ko laria puawai ngā pēra gardener, tōku ingoa, ko ahau te mātāmua o ngā tamāhine. No, tēnā koe te katoa. So I started the choir as 8 years old, and when I first started it was because back then the choir used to go on a lot of trips. Ngāri o Wahia was one of the big haerenga that the pa used to go, and when we used to go it was in drones, it was in 8 buses back in the day, and we used to love going on our trips, and that's the reason why that was my first reason why I joined the choir, was the trip. And I've been honest with that, and as I got older then I really understood about the singing, of course being trained by our father Dave, and then he taught us the tonic, and then of course we just grew into love our singing our way to whakamoemiti. But the best memories for me was our father used to take the choir away on the weekend trips, and that was a way of rewarding the members for their hard work during the year. So those are my highs back in these days when I was a child. And of course getting booted by our aunties and our nanas and koras when we were out of line and our mahi. But that's all learning for us. So yes, been in the choir since 8 years old. I'm now 28, 49, coming up 50 this year.
Tēnā koutou e ngā Morehu, e whakarongo ana ki enei kōrero mātou, te whanau Karena, te whanau Rāwhiti. O tirei ahu mai nei mātou, taho tō mātou pāpā no te taitokerau, me ki ko te hāpua tira, me tērā taha o te nota, tatu iho ki te kao, me ki ko muri whenua tērā rohe, tēnei mātou te whanau Karena, o tirei te taho o māma, o ko te whanau Rāwhiti, rangataua tonu tērā, ko hirangi tētahi o mātou marae, ko korehe tētahi, ko waipāhihi, waitaha nui, no reire tēnei te mihi atu kia koutou e ngā Morehu, e noho mai rā i runga i ngā marae maha, o Aotearoa Waipaunu me whiti atu ki whare kauri. No reira, ko ai tēnei e tuatu nei, ko taku ingoa tūturu ko ngā waiata, taku ingoa tuarua ko sanata, engari ki mai te katoa o te motu ko sanata, pai ake tēnā, i whakaingoa hoki au ki te ingoa o Adelaide, hei whakanui i te haerenga o tōku tungane, ki tā wāhi ki ahi te reiria i taua wā, i te wā i hapu ana taku māma. O tira i tōna ngaro atu, i whakarohia tō mātou māma o Mataara, kia whakaingoa tia Adelaide, hei whakanui i tōna mahi i reira. No reira, ko ai te pōtiko te whānau, i tikana ko ai hoki te kai pahupahu, te kai kōrero, te kai aha, engari, i tikana kia putu te kakau o te paipa, no reira tēnei te mihi atu kia ora. Well, I started in the choir when I was 10, almost for the same reasons, but more so because I was left home on my own a lot while the girls were out at practice, and so I wanted to join and be part of the whānau over there. And after 8 years, I've been a junior of discipline and commitment and learning simple things like whakamoemiti, learning tonic. It was Dad was very regimental then. And then at the age of 16, in my view, I graduated. I got my tohu whakamana and my te whike te pāhi to become a kaihapa i te rama with the takutai moana choir o Ratana, and that's when I got my blazer of honour, and have never ever wanted anything more. So after a while there, I moved away. I went over to Australia and I married my husband. When I came back nui rawa. Wasn't as skinny as I was back when I was 20. And I was nui rawake, and that's probably why you don't see me in my blazer these days, because I could no longer fit it. It broke my heart that I couldn't put it on. It was one thing I realised when I moved overseas, it's the one thing I really missed the most. But I'm looking forward to our national choir uniform, so that we can all look as one. We hear about kotahitanga a lot, and that's definitely going to bring that about. So, koira tērā, tēnā koutou ngā morehu. Ai.
Tēnā koutou e ngā morehu, ko rāpine e toku ingoa, kua hau te mahanga, te kōtiki o te rongopai. What else? Nothing else. Sonata said it all. Well, like Lydia, I joined the choir when I was 10, and very much like Lydia, I joined because I too wanted to go on the tours with our mama and papa. To be honest, I didn't like Auntie Rongo's porridge in the morning. I used to try and run away from her place so I could avoid having breakfast, and that always got back to mum and dad. But long story short, since being in the choir, it has given me a lot of blessings. The rewards from being in the choir or doing the mahi for our morehu spiritually is very inspiring for us. That's what keeps me, my energy alive and fresh all the time, to seeing the morehu enjoying our waiata whakamuimiti. Even today on the marae during whakamuimiti, once again, the Apotoro Wairua acknowledging the waiata whakamuimiti, ngā kupu kei roto. That's what inspires me, and that's what keeps me going forward. I thank my mama and papa for leading the way for us, for being the example for us. Without their example, I don't believe I would be where I am today. So, he tuku mihi ki taku papa, me taku mama, mō rāua aroha, their love for this hahi, their love for this maramatanga, and their work for the hahi was truly an example for all of us. So kia ora rā koutou e ngā morehu. Happy Morehu Day. Kia ora.
Hini kia koutou e ngā morehu katoa. Ko mari no taku ingoa. Ko tuakana ngā mātou.
Kia ora.
Nō reira, tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou. Kia ora koutou. Kia ora whanau, as for me, I had a different path. I decided to go into Te Reo Te Arapa. I was 10. My first motivation to go there because I didn't want Dan to, I'll put that quick. I didn't want to keep getting growled at from Dad, because I that was part of my life anyway. So I thought I'd go where the uncles could growl me. They're probably more harder in their disciplines. Still active in the reo. My second motivation about joining the reo was because being a young fella, we thought everybody was cool in uniform. We also knew that all the pretty girls were in all the brass bands, and so that was the other motivation. Those were good old days. But yeah, that was my questa no reira. Kia ora koutou whanau.
Kia ora, brother. Tēnā koutou e ngā morehu. Ai, ko te rongo pai ngā whetu, tōku ingoa. I whakaingoa au mai te wahine hoa rangatira o Rapine Āpirahama, ko tōku mahanga, hoa whakaingoa ia I muri I tērā rangatira e Apotoro anō hoki, ko Rapine Āpirahama. Nā reira ko māua, ngā mahanga, I whānau mai. Nā reira, ko ki mai a Sonata, e whānau ki tō mātou whānau, e tuku ana mātou I roto I te pāungari ki, aha koa I tai mai o māua, o mātou mātua ki konei, mai I tūrangi ko te aupauri anō hoki. Nā reira I whānau mai mātou katoa I roto anō hoki.
o te pā o Ngāriki. Nā reira, e tipu ana mātou i roto hei pau anō hoki, hei kaihāpai o ngā rama o te hahi Ratana, ko ngā mema, ko aia, ara, ko te reo o te arepa tō mātou tuakana marino. E whakaingoa mai i tō mātou ingoa, mai i tō mātou nana, nana kāterama, ko ia i whakaingoa mai mātou ngā ingoa wairua kia mātou katoa. Nā reira, e iti paku anō hoki ngā kōrero, ngā Morehu e hihi ana ki te mōhio ko wai mātou. Ko ia nei, ko te whānau, Karena ara rāpiti anō hoki. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā koutou katoa. I'd just like to add to that little bit of history. Same with Lydia, I joined the choir when I was 8 and have been in there ever since. I guess you're talking 40 years. 40 years, yeah, been a choir member. So it's been a hard, long struggle. And I just want to touch up on the early years when we were young disciples of Dave Karena, and we used to have choir practices in our lounge over there. That's where we used to have it, and in actual fact we had quite a lot of tamariki that were under Dad's reign as the upoko at that time. So yeah, we had all the neighbourhood kids coming over here for choir practice. So our lounge was quite full with tamariki, and Dad's method of teaching was really, really hard. So you had to be on the ball with tones, and whakamoimiti was always first and foremost. He made us learn whakamoimiti. And boy, if you didn't get it right, every one of us, every time Dad said, you know, if you get this right, you can leave. Yeah. Well, every one of us, we wanted to get it right, didn't want to stay behind, so whoever got left behind, well, we all shot to the manawa and sat over there waiting for one by one of us coming out of the house before, and that's just one of the memories that I remember of Dad's early methodology and teaching. Tonic sulphur was a big thing for us, and we had to go over it. Dad used to give us these little brown books with tonic sulphur in it, and every night after school we had to go in our room for an hour and practice, and it became quite boring for us, to be honest, but over a period of time we've learned to love and appreciate the reasons for why Dad did that to us, and to everybody else that has ever come under Dad's teachings, and a huge appreciation for everything that Dad has taught us, and Mum as well. So yeah, it's been some really, really good learnings over the years, and kaiwaiata as well coming out of that. And I'd just like to finish off by saying that actually a Apotoro Takiwa came here during this week, and he challenged us and said to us, you fellas need to make 12 babies each so that we can fill the choir up with 48 members, because who's going to take over when you fellas go? And he was right, because that's exactly the plight that we will be in after we're gone. Is what's going to happen to our mahi, and who's going to continue that. So yeah, just a little bit, I suppose, bit of fear as to what's going to happen when we go, and what can we do now to be able to uplift the choir in the membership, and to be able to carry on with this mahi for another 40 years, another 50 years, another 100 years. So who knows where we're going to go in that time, you know, we'll be pumping. So kia ora. Mihi atu ki ngā Morehu katoa, kia ora. I raro anō hoki i te ingoa kaha o i hoa o ngā mano, matua tama wairua tapu me ngā ānehera pono, me te māngai o Ngāriki, hei tautoko, i e nei tunanako tika katoa, ai e nei ake nei ai. Ai, kia ora. Kia ora. Ko tēnei rā e whanau nei.
tiki. E hapai ngā iwi katoa, mana ki te ahe, hari huri tai kia koe, kia koe. For this is the day he was born. He will uplift our people abroad. God bless this child. Happy birthday to you, to you. Ka ki te whanau.